Have you ever tried to use a new JavaScript package only to find that nothing works as expected? You install it, follow the docs, and suddenly you're knee-deep in errors. This is a common frustration for developers, especially when working with complex tools or frameworks. Today, we're diving into a simple tip that can save you hours of wasted time and debugging headaches. Whether you're using Clerk, Three.js, or any other package, this approach will help you get things running smoothly from the start. Let's explore why things break and how you can avoid the most common pitfalls. Let's take Matter.js as an example. Matter.js is a powerful physics engine for JavaScript, letting you create everything from catapults to pendulums. It's a fantastic tool for building interactive games and simulations. But as cool as it sounds, getting started isn't always straightforward. Many developers, myself included, have run into issues when trying to use it right out of the box. The documentation might look simple, but real-world usage often leads to unexpected errors. So, what's the secret to making packages like Matter.js actually work for you? Matter.js isn't just for physics demos, it's been used to recreate games like Angry Birds. Developers like Yumin Young have shared impressive repos showing how to build an Angry Birds clone using this framework. But here's the catch. When you try to start from scratch, you might find yourself facing errors, especially if you're using Claude or other AI tools to generate code. The framework is powerful, but without the right approach, you'll spend more time fixing bugs than building your game. Let me share a personal story. I tried to build a simple pinball game using Matter.js, expecting it to be a quick win. Instead, nothing worked as planned. The ball wouldn't bounce correctly, and every fix just made things worse. This is a classic example of how jumping straight into a big project with a new package can lead to endless frustration. Bugs pop up everywhere, and you end up redoing your work over and over. So, what's the better way? Here's the tip that changes everything. Start by building a library of small, throwaway examples. Don't jump into your main project right away. Instead, create simple HTML files that test out different features of the package. For example, I made a silly ragdoll script just to see how things worked. By experimenting with small scripts, you get a feel for the package's mechanics without the pressure of a big project. This approach lets you learn in a low-stakes environment. Don't be afraid to play around with the code. Try changing random lines and see what happens. For instance, adding an extra create line in your ragdoll script might make things go wild. This hands-on experimentation helps you understand how the package really works. You'll quickly learn what each parameter does, which ones break things, and which ones are essential. Plus, you'll build confidence as you see the direct results of your changes. The most important reason to build these examples is that they give you working code you can use as a reference. When you use AI tools like Claude, providing these examples as context makes a huge difference. Instead of guessing how the package works, the AI can see real working code. It learns how to initialize the engine, what the syntax looks like, and how features like collision detection actually function. This is like giving someone a recipe, instead of just asking them to cook a dish they've never seen before. Here's a workflow that works. Start with a super basic example, like making a circle bounce. Once that's working, add one new feature, maybe walls. Save each file as you go. Next, add mouse interaction. Each step is a mini lesson, both for you and for the AI. When you're ready to build your real project, point Claude or your AI tool at these examples and ask it to use them as reference. This incremental approach builds a solid foundation and prevents major headaches later. You might wonder if building all these examples takes more time than just asking for the final result. In the short term, yes, it might take a few extra minutes, but in the long run, it saves you hours of debugging and frustration. Instead of spending 2 hours fixing why Clerk middleware breaks or why Three.js throws errors, you spend 20 minutes making small, working examples. This proactive approach pays off big time. You don't need dozens of examples. For something like Matter.js, 4 or 5 simple scripts are enough. Basic shapes falling, a catapult, mouse interaction, constraints and chains, and maybe a ragdoll for fun. These cover the core features and give you a toolkit to build whatever you want. If the package is more complicated, you'll want more examples. The more complex the tool, the more you need those working reference files. Don't worry if you don't fully understand every line of code in your examples. You don't need to be a physics expert to use Matter.js. It's enough to know that one piece of code makes things bounce, and another makes things stick together. The goal is to have working snippets you can reference and build upon, not to master every underlying concept. This mindset keeps you moving forward without getting stuck on the details. Next time you want to use a new package, resist the urge to build your big project right away. Instead, make 2 or 3 tiny examples first. Get them working. Test different features, and save each file. Once you have these working examples, use them as your foundation. When you finally build your main project, you'll have a set of proven references to guide you. This method will save you hours and make your development process much smoother. To recap, don't dive straight into building the final product when using a new package. Instead, create a handful of small, focused examples. Experiment, learn, and use these as references for both yourself and any AI tools you use. This approach saves time, reduces frustration, and helps you truly understand how the package works. It's a simple shift in workflow, but it makes a world of difference for developers at any level. If you found this tip helpful, consider subscribing to newsletters or following developers who share practical coding advice. Staying updated with new articles, book recommendations, and weekly posts can keep your skills sharp and introduce you to even more time-saving techniques. Continuous learning is key in the fast-paced world of software development, so make it a habit to seek out fresh insights and resources. Remember, the next time you're faced with a new package or tool, take a step back and build those small examples first. This strategy isn't just about saving time, it's about building a deeper understanding and setting yourself up for success. With a library of working code at your fingertips, you'll be ready to tackle any project with confidence. Thanks for watching, and happy coding.